What's up, YouTube? This is Dragon, and this is another Pokemon Wi-Fi battle. So, let's get to the battle at hand. Well, this team, who do I fear the most? I'm gonna say it's between the Porygon 2 and the Pokemon that can Mega Evolve, because you know it can do some serious damage. It can come out of nowhere using Play Rough, Swords Dance, Sucker Punch. It can do all types of madness, and I don't want to have to deal with any of that. So, looking at my opponent's team, I can tell that she has pretty much no counter towards me having my Mungus come out first. So, special attack is going to rise because that's just what's going to happen. But I am definitely prepared for that. And I'm going to put this Pokemon to sleep. So let's see. I could either Toxic it or put it to sleep. Which would I prefer? I'm gonna put it to sleep because, yeah, let's put it to sleep. Ice Beam. Tri Attack. All right. As long as Tri Attack doesn't crit or anything like that, then we are going to be good, and we get the Spore, baby. That's what we are talking about today. All right. So, now what I'm going to do, I'm going to predict my opponent to possibly, either my opponent is going to stay in or not. You know, my opponent probably has the Mega Evolution for, you know, the other dude. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to predict that. And let's see, my opponent is faster. So my opponent is going to switch first. So I might not be intimidated. But actually, you know what? I'm going to go to Rotom. I'm going to my Rotom. Alright. So let's see if our opponent is going to switch. Yes, our opponent is going to switch. And it's probably going to go into the Intimidator. Right? Right? No, it goes to the Dragonite. Okay, not bad. So I was debating on whether I'd use Toxic or not, but I see I still made the right decision because Dragonites tend to be physical a large portion of the time. So, now we are going to go for the traditional Will-O-Wisp and go for the burn right here, right now. And the Dragon Dance. Alright, so now I just have to hope that, one, my opponent doesn't have the Lumberry, and two, I hit this Will-O-Wisp. There we go. And let's see. I know I'll be able. Yep, okay, that's a Lumberry. Well, predicted that. But still, I know I can take at least one Outrage. I'm max health points, max defense. I'm going to be able to take one Outrage. So, Will-O-Wisp one more time. And now the Outrage. If this crits, I probably will lose right now. And there we go. Will-O-Wisp hits. So that's quite an important play right there. Alright. So now, let's see. Is Rotom faster than any of my opponent's Pokemon? The answer to that is a most likely no. But one thing is for certain, this Dragonite is definitely is pretty much done. Yes, it'd be good if I sacrifice my Rotom now because Rotom doesn't look like he is faster than any of my opponent's Pokemon. Alright, and my opponent is outrageous right now, so I'll be able to take advantage of that. Alright, so I'm going to go for a Thunderbolt and let's see what happens. So that's one Outrage. Alright, hopefully my opponent has a 3-turn Outrage. That'll be nice. And good, burned himself. Hurt Bites burn. And it looks like a 3-turn Outrage. Okay, so now let's see. Should I go into my Mungus? My Mungus can heal itself, but at the same time, let's see, Conkeldurr. Conkeldurr. Or if I go into Conkeldurr now, let's see, a Mungus. You know what? I'm gonna go into my Mungus now, because honestly, I have a feeling that if my opponent has the man, what's that Pokemon that Mega Evolves, you know, and it's like a Fairy and I believe Steel type. You know who I'm talking about, guys. You know what I'm talking about. But yeah, if my opponent has that Pokemon, then I kind of might have already lost at this point. But at the same time, I do have a Mungus, so it's probably not really that much of a problem. Alright, so we're going to go for the Sludge Bomb, and that's going to be a 3-turn outrage. Alright, so let's see. That shouldn't do that much to a very defensive Amoonguss, by the way. Alright. And this Sludge Bomb should do a decent amount of damage. Yes, it does a decent amount. If my opponent decides for whatever reason to stay in, or, you know, risk the, let's see, Sludge Bomb. So will our opponent switch? No. Okay, hopefully Dragonite hurts itself in confusion, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Dragonite fainted. Alright, and we healing ourselves up with some leftovers, baby. Or some black sludge, because we are really freaking being poisonous to our opponent right now. Alright, so our opponent goes into this Pokemon. The Download raises its special attack. However, I'm going to definitely take advantage of that and immediately go into Conkeldurr so that I can just go straight for the Drain Punch or the knockoff, whichever is preferable, because I don't want to play those games. So let's see. Fast Asleep, definitely. Alright, he might even know he's not Choice Specs. That's ridiculous. So let's see. I'm going to go for the... Let's see. Should I go for the knockoff? I'm going to go for the knockoff. Yes, I'm going to go for the knockoff. Alright. So let's see. Maybe our opponent might even have the Gengar. What if our opponent has the Gengar? No, it's this Pokemon. Alright. Ah, man, that sucks. Yeah, that really sucks. Alright. So, yeah, you can't knock off the, whatchamacallit. So, yeah, it's not going to happen. Let's see. Our opponent is most likely going to use Play Rough. So, that's also an issue. Okay. Now, hey, guys. I'm going to do something, alright? Now, because this is technically not Smogon format, I'm going to quote-unquote not play by the Smogon rules, but I'm going to play by the rules that are delegated for this particular juncture, since quote-unquote everyone else is playing by those rules. Now, when I do this, and you'll see what I'm about to do, tell me how you guys feel about it. Just let me know, alright? Just let me know. But I might not even be able to do it anyway, so who knows? Alright, so I am now going to switch back into Amoonguss, and maybe my opponent might just go straight for the Play Rough, hopefully, because then I'll be able to immediately just absorb that. And if he goes for the Swords Dance, then, well, that's also going to kind of suck. So, let's see. Is he going to go for the SD? No, he's going to go for the knockoff. Alright. Wow, that is one hell of a knockoff. My lord, that is powerful. Alright. So with that, I'm going to go for the Spore. Now, this technically would be illegal and immediately constitute a loss in Smogon format. However, I'm going to play based upon the rules, at least for this battle, for this particular juncture. Tell me how you guys feel about it. Just let me know. I just want to hear your guys' opinion. Alright, so now I'm going to go for the Spore. And looks like my opponent well predicted that. Not bad at all. And he goes into this Pokemon. Now, I can do one of two things. I can, you know what? Because my opponent did use knockoff, what I can do, I can go back into Conkeldurr. Alright. I go back into Conkeldurr, heal myself for a good 30% of my health, extra one more time, and hopefully my opponent doesn't wake up, but he does. Alright, so now at the very least, I do have, good. So at the very least, I still have, you know what left. What is it? Assault Vest. Alright. So now I'm going to go for the Drain Punch because I do need some health back. My opponent might switch at this point. No, not going to switch. But this Tri-Attack won't kill me unless it's a crit. And I'm frozen solid. Well, freezing all my dreams all at once. That's just freaking beautiful. So, well, I wasn't even able to do it anyway. But, I mean... Anyway. That sucks. So I'm just going to go for a Mop Punch. This Mop Punch isn't going to do anything. Alright. And that's the Tri-Attack. So, yeah. Looks like, you know, like, I already knew. Actually, I had a feeling that if my opponent chose that Pokemon from the get-go, then I would have most likely lost. And then my Rotom was also dead. And yeah. And Amoonguss can't really do anything to that Pokemon besides put it to sleep. Really, that's all that Amoonguss can do. So, you know, that just kind of sucks. Alright, so now we're going to go back into the Amoonguss here, and we are going to put this Pokemon potentially to sleep. Honestly, it really doesn't necessarily matter, because Amoonguss can't beat the other Pokemon, which is a bit unfortunate, actually. But, let's see. So we're going to go for the Spore, and he's probably going to go for the, okay, he goes to the Tri-Attack instead of the, well, that's right, my opponent may or may not have Ice Beam, but it really doesn't make a difference. So from here, I'm going to go for the Giga Drain repeatedly so that we can potentially get some sort of extra health. Hopefully, I'll be able to get something out of that. Alright, so the G Drain, and my opponent is going to stay. Doesn't really make a difference for my opponent, honestly. But our opponent pretty much has this game right now. And that Giga Drain literally did nothing. Look at this. Look at that damage. That's ridiculous. That's absolutely ridiculous. Alright, so I'm just, you know, well, doesn't matter. I'm going to go for Sludge Bomb because it really does not matter. Alright, so I'm just curious about how much Sludge Bomb is going to be able to do at this point. And it does a little bit more damage. But, alright. You know, Porygon 2 does have Recover, by the way, so... Man, you know what? Porygon 2, man. I might put Porygon 2 on my team. That is such a freaking good, bulky Pokemon in this battle, man. Like, yo, like, Porygon 2 just eats everything, man. It's physical attacks, special attacks, whatever. And it has Recover, man. Porygon 2 is beast for the battle spot. My God. Alright, so I'm going to go for Sludge Bomb again. Maybe I can get a crit. Doesn't really matter, though. But that's going to wake him up, and Amoonguss is going to die via this Tri-Attack. And that is a good game. Bit unfortunate for me, but quite fortunate for my opponent. Ah, man. Yeah, it's like, you know, maybe if I didn't get the freeze, maybe I would have had some sort of a chance. I kind of still doubt it, because I really need to have had some sort of way of like keeping my Rotom alive, and that Dragonite really did mess me up. Yeah, the Dragonite really made the battle quite, I guess, what do you say? Yeah, Dragonite really just messed up my team. I have no words for it, honestly. Well, I'm glad that you guys enjoyed these battles, and my fellow Dragonites, as you know, there will be many more battles like these in the future. Well, see you later.